This is part 2 of what should have been a one-part video, but my phone has a lot of storage on it, so, I don't know much about technology. It didn't have enough, whatever. Didn't have enough of something, so the camera shut off. But anyway, if you didn't watch the video before this, go back and like it, and subscribe to me, and then watch this video. Because unless you own a 2705, what I'm talking about is going to make absolutely no sense to you. It might if you know quite a bit about tractors. But anyway, so this is your main shifter, like in a car. So you know how in a car you get in, you grab right here and there's a shifter and you pull out and down while pressing the brake in. In this tractor, why does the accelerator pedal look so weird, Colin? This is not the accelerator pedal. This is a brake pedal. You press this in to stop the tractor. But first you have to press this in. So to shift, you have to push in the clutch. This is what this is. This is a clutch. And notice, now, so, oh, might not be working because I'm in park, whatever. So, notice, I shouldn't be able to do that. Well, anyway, if your tractor is on, you should not be able to slip it into gear. But always, when you're shifting a manual transmission vehicle, clutch. Then pull this into gear. Always, when you stop a manual transmission vehicle, make sure it's out of gear. Always make sure it's out of gear. Always. So, how do you take this out of gear? This doesn't go out of gear. This stays in gear because this can get taken out of gear. There's no way to take this out of gear unless you completely disconnect it from the transmission. So, reverse. So, sometimes in tractors, there is a stick transmission in older tractors right here in the middle of the floor, right here. And you have to shift it into reverse. Actually, I can show you guys one of those where it has it like that. But with this tractor, I can throw it into reverse 8th gear. Some tractors, you cannot do that. I can do that in this tractor. Some tractors, there's only one gear for 8th gear. So, Colin, how do you know where all the gears are in this? Well, this is 1. You see this little slot here? And then this is 1st gear, 2nd gear. You can shift on the go with this, but never, if you do shift on the go, I never shift on the go except with the power shift. But if you do shift on the go, never shift on the go in between here or you're going to lock your transmission like that. Don't do that. You lock your transmission, huge pain, huge pain, huge pain. Don't. So what these are called is the double H shifting pattern, because see, 2 H's. So I'd call it the double I or something, but it's called the double H shifting pattern. Never, once you get to 4th gear, don't ever go up on the go and shift into 5th. You will lock your transmission. Don't ever do that. So, anyway, so to stop, you gotta clutch. Don't clutch all the way. You clutch all the way on the go, you're gonna break your clutch cord. Then they gotta split the tractor. Then you push in your brake. Notice, you can't stop like this because what the clutch does, it is essentially a non-permanent neutral for this. So you can have this in gear and press the clutch in, and this tractor will roll, but the transmission will be out of gear, essentially. And if you just press on the brakes, you will screw yourself so badly. Stuff will break, it wears your brakes, and just stuff goes wrong when you use your brake pedal, not your clutch first. So always clutch, then brake. Don't clutch all the way, just enough to take it out of gear. But anyway, so to shut this tractor off though, once you have it on, you can't just turn the key off. That turns the electronics off. You gotta pull this out. So to start it, you have to push this in, but to stop it, you have to pull it out and it shuts the engine off. Most older tractors have this. Some you can just shut off with the key, like a 60 John Deere. That's what I'm going to show you with the whole reverse thing. But anyway, water temperature. Mine does not work. We have not used this tractor yet today. This is wrong. Sometimes these break. I want to get mine replaced, but it's not at the top of the totem pole right now. Fuel gauge. This does work. If this doesn't work, then we'll show you what you do. So, sometimes this works. Sometimes, if this doesn't work, I'm just going to be making a complete fool out of myself. Oh yeah, it's working. So did you hear how it was deeper down here? That's where the fuel is. Where it's solid, that's where the fuel is. So just tap or knock. I don't know. So the fuel is right about there somewhere. But hey, now I can show you stuff back here. This is your PTO. That little side lever that goes up to turn on, or up to turn off and down to turn on. That's what this turns on. So this spins really, really fast. In fact, yep, there it is. Don't ever grab onto this while it's on. Never do that. But that controls your, well, on here it would control your belts, your net wrap, and of course your pickup down there. I think I've done a video on a pickup, or baler pickup. These are your hydraulics. So, I don't want to say most. Maybe half of all 2705s only have these two hydraulics. Mine's special. It has a third hydraulic. Well, Colin, there's 6 hydraulics. There's 6 separate things of hydraulics, but 2 of these is 1. Mind blown. Yeah. So you have to have an inflow and an outflow. So we usually try to have, I don't know how that works. I just know that when you pull back on my lever, the pickup goes up, and when you push down, it goes down. That's all I know. I don't know which one's the in and which one's the out. I'm sure they tell you when you buy your stuff. This, always check your oil when you're running equipment. This just twists right off and pulls out. It's called a dipstick. Don't laugh at me for saying that. That's the legitimate name of those. They're called dipsticks. Whoever chose the name for that was either in a really good mood or just really upset. So that's hydraulic fluid. What are these arms for? These are for your 3 points. So we don't have any 3 points on here right now because we don't need them. So yeah, and then all of this stuff does not come factory on a 27 Massey Ferguson 27 in 05. We installed all the electronic stuff because that's what we need to run these balers. In case you were wondering, this is a 2956A Massey Ferguson baler. We only run Massey Ferguson round balers. Okay, the other dipstick, don't laugh, is right here. This is your other dipstick. This is engine oil. You always check this. What is this? This turns on my little screen in there. I'm not going to turn it on because it runs my battery dead. Toolbox. These are my tires. So, how do you tell a 4-wheel drive tractor from a 2-wheel drive tractor? My sister got this wrong the other day. If she's watching this, I did try not to laugh with, I thought you knew, but if you watch this video, now you will know. So, those little PTO shafts, there will be mini versions of the PTO shaft, or something like that. Usually these tires will look like those back tires, but smaller. I'll show you the 2606, because that's 4-wheel drive. But you see how there's just the wheel connected to whatever that thing's called. See, I don't even know everything about tractors. Ooh, do you like my new tie rods? Yeah, this is a brand new tie rod. So, you see how those are connected to just this? That means it's not four-wheel drive. I'm going to pause and go show you guys a four-wheel drive tractor. And then, oh, that little pedal right there on the floor, that's your differential lock. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but anyway, the differential lock, so when these are spinning, both this tire and your other tire, not the front tires, because remember, those are two-wheel drive. Those are on their own. They spin on their own. They do whatever on their own. They only go as fast as the tractor is going. Differential lock. So when these tires turn, let's say you're turning left. So those turn left. That tire is going to spin faster than this tire because that tire is on the outside, so it has to get going. And the force of the tractor turns that tire to go faster. When it's slippery out, sometimes if there's more ice on this side and not so much ice on that side, then this tire will spin harder because it's trying to get traction. It wants to go. It's trying to get there, but it can't. Differential lock locks this tire and that tire together. Well, where's the chain and padlock? No, it locks them in there. There's another one over there. It locks those together. It locks this whole back axle and stuff together, so these are spinning together. So when this one goes around once, that one also went around once. So that's a differential lock. Cool thing about older Massey Ferguson tractors, you see these little rivets? These are not for show. You can actually move this entire tire inside. So you can move this tire from like here to like right here. We don't do that because then we'll run over some hay. So, yeah. You can customize your tractors however you want. I love America. I put 2 American flags up every year. I'm going to hold this down so you guys don't see anything. You like my shoes? I got done with weightlifting and I got home and I just really didn't want to keep shoes on. I usually wear jeans and stuff. Alrighty. Oh, that fell again. Alright, so we have a Rhino 12 rake, or whatever, however that works. But anyway, where's the PTO shaft? This does not need a PTO shaft. When these go on the ground, they rake, and as they're hitting the ground, they turn. It's kind of like a tire, but then again, it's kind of not like a tire. So, four-wheel drive. Oh, I will do a how-to on how to drive one of these. I like doing how-to videos. Mean little mushy. Might not look like much. This is a mean tractor when it wants to be. Okay, so notice how much different this is than my tractor. Well, Colin, you still got your tie rods, and it must just be a different style. No. There's a tiny little PTO shaft in here. I'll turn the wheel and see if we can see it, but there's a tiny little PTO shaft in there. So, oh, you don't want to turn when you're not on, do you? Ugh. There might not be any turning. I think that was my mom spraying weeds. Okay. So, anyway. This is always... So these aren't always spinning. Well, these are because they're connected right to the wheel. But there's a way to turn on the four-wheel drive. Older tractors, there sometimes isn't a way. Well, Colin, this doesn't look like a four-wheel drive tractor. I mean, Those are split in the middle and pivot. This doesn't have any of that. There's a difference between four-wheel drive tractors and four-wheel drive or front. So I was speaking wrong. I was being stupid. Four-wheel drive tractors, the front is always spinning like the back. So how do I describe this? So you know how when you take off in like a car really fast and like these spin more than you move forward? In a four-wheel drive tractor, these would also spin too, just like the back tires. But this is a front wheel assist. And front wheel assist means that you can turn on the front two tires so they can do that. Now, you're not supposed to go top speed with front wheel assist tractors. That is hard on stuff. And you will break something. So, yeah. I'll go show you the reverse thing I'm talking about. I'll also talk while I'm going over there because I'm just boring like that. So maybe we'll see some chickens. So I don't know if I've said this, but make sure to like and subscribe. If you just joined this YouTube channel, go and make sure you subscribe to the other one. I'll see if I put that link in the description. Hi, Phil. Hi, other chicken. Hi, chicken. I've only named the roosters because they are pretty, well, they're just authentic. The chickens just love wandering around. I did do a chicken video. I don't know if I uploaded that though. Did I upload that video? I don't know. There are some bale spears. I just felt a frog touch my foot. Hello, Waspy. Oh, he doesn't want to be on camera. There's our giant pile of metal from when we tore down the old goat pen, which was before a cattle pen and a pig pen at one point. My dirt track! My precious beloved dirt track! It's all weed! Ah! This is very tall grass. You can still barely see where I drive. I really gotta get down here and maintain this. I'll do a skid loader, how to drive a skid loader video. Skid loaders are fun. I'd arguably say that excavators are more fun, but skid loaders are right up there, right below an excavator is a skid loader. But then again, I just learned, I don't know, that's my biased opinion. Here's our little square baler. The big one. I'll do a video on that someday. Oh, and then the big one's follower. Manure hose. Like I said, we do a lot of manure stuff. So this is a 60 John Deere. We're trying to sell this right now because we're more AGCO people. But I like this tractor. So there's a couple things different on this tractor. I'm not going to do a how-to video. Well, I might really want to. I'll show you. So, whoa, right? I kind of warned you guys about